Hi, my name's Costas.
And I'm Chris.
Welcome to this week's episode of the weekly magazine. Last week's competition
was an anagram.
Now the answer was William Robinson.
Yes.
Now the anagram was Million Rainbows.
Whee. Who is William Robinson, you may ask?
Well, the person you find on famous posters, of course, is Chung Ling Soo. His real name, William Robinson.
Indeed it is.
So shall we pull out the winners?
Yes.
Or the winner?
Ready? Here we go.
Build the...
Dun 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 dun. Oh, Andy Hart.
I'm not sure you've won before, but there was loads of winners. Loads
Congratulations.
Of them. Contact us, Andy, and we'll sort something out for you. We're going to have a different competition this week. Chris is going to hand me an envelope.
In this envelope, there is a word that Costas has never seen before.
Right, okay. This one's going to be interesting. Fantastic.
Cool.
Right, what are we giving a once-over today?
We are giving a once-over to Cody Fisher's 3 Ropes and 1,000 Laughs.
ACAAN meeting, a DVD on any card to any number effects.
And our blast from the past is Magic Tao's very own Once Upon a Time by Wayne Dobson.
Fantastic. Now, before we continue, just mention a couple of things. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be the first people to get an update when this show goes live. Fantastic. Also, we've received a nice little accessory. It's a set of 6 card cases.
Yes.
So they plastic, injection molded, place your cards inside, close it, and they're only $6.99 for a set of 6. They're on the website, so go and grab them whilst you can. So let's continue with this week's show. The first once-over is Cody Fisher's 3 Ropes.
And 1,000 Laughs.
Let's watch the official trailer and we'll come back and discuss it.
Hey guys, Cody Fisher coming to you live from the Magic Estate. I want to tell you about 3 Ropes and 1,000 Laughs, or my comedy rope routine. If you're looking to add anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of solid comedy magic to your show, you need to check this out. It packs flat, it plays huge. From a few people all the way up to a crowd of 1,000. I've used this for comedy clubs, corporate, stage, anything you can possibly fathom. This is a cool rope routine to do. It uses 1 piece of rope, it's got several phases, and I guarantee you there won't be a dry seat in the house. Check out 3 Ropes and 1,000 Laughs, my comedy rope routine.
Size doesn't matter. You keep telling yourself that every day.
Brought to you by the Magic Estate.
Okay, just seen the official trailer for Cody Fisher's 3 Ropes and 1,000 Laughs. Is it 1,000 Laughs? It's 1,000 Laughs.
Cheers.
Now what this is, it's a comedy version of The Professor's Nightmare. And it's a really good comedy version of The Professor's Nightmare. You wouldn't use this patter for children.
No.
It's
no.
adult orientated. However, it is killer routine.
It is very funny. I watched it and I did laugh at it. I did laugh.
I actually think that routine as well, this routine, you don't need to be a comedian to pull it off.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's structured in a way, and the comedy aspects of it, I believe anyone can do with practice.
Yes.
Because you don't need to be a comedian to to get the laughs out of people. It's just
Yeah.
the laughs come with the patter,
Absolutely.
not you trying to be a comedian.
And the nice thing about it, about the patter itself, is it's very relaxed patter. Sort of thrown out there. It's conversational patter rather than here's a storyline that I have to stick to.
Yeah.
So it's very versatile. I like it.
Now, a lot of people might say, well, I already know a rope routine. I already do Professor's Nightmare. But this is so much more. Cody Fisher doesn't actually start with the ropes already cut.
Correct.
So he starts with one long piece of rope, cuts it as part of the patter,
Yep.
and then goes through the routine.
Yeah.
So if you don't know a rope routine, you would learn a really good one,
Yes.
an old classic, but brought to modern times, I would say. But also, you don't really need to stick to his patter.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
it does go into in-depth detail of teaching you the Professor Nightmare routine. And of course, with a bit of thought, you can add a different patter story to it.
And he talks about he does this everywhere. He does it at kids' parties and whatnot. But just like,
A standard routine,
standard
rather than
routine.
the comedy
But-
aspect of it.
But this routine that he's talking about, the Professor's Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Standard.
it's a fantastic product. I don't really do rope magic.
Neither do I.
I've never learnt fibre optics because I wasn't keen on learning so many different phases. However, this has sort of pushed me down, well, why don't I learn
Me too.
and do this routine?
Absolutely.
I might not use the patter as it is, but no, it's really good. I highly recommend that if you don't know a rope routine and you want to learn one, learn this.
And if you do know one,
you would learn some really good tips on,
Yes.
especially the way he gets into it with just one long piece of rope.
yes,
I'll highly recommend it. Fantastic.
we like this. Our second once-over this week is any card at any number meeting, ACAAN meeting. Let's have a look at a performance we did earlier and come back and have a little talk about it. Daniel, we have 2 packs of cards,
Yeah.
right? We have a blue pack and a red pack, or vice versa, depending if you're colorblind.
Okay.
Which one would you like, red or blue?
What do you think, niece?
Oh, choices.
Blue.
Blue. We're going to use this one, and why don't you pop that in your top pocket,
Okay.
so I can't get to it, and we use the blue pack. Now, there are 52 cards in a pack of cards,
Yeah.
right? Ace through king, and we've got clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds, right? So, theoretically, there is 1 out of 52 options for the first position, for the second position, so forth and so forth. We're going to have you pick a number first, so it can be 1 through 52, any number you like.
Okay.
Say it out loud.
1.
1.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick something in the middle so we have something to deal with?
Okay, 33.
33. What I'd like you to do is take the pile and just deal 33 cards down, straight from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Perfect. Now, if we put these down, 33. Remember the number 33. That's what we're going to use.
Yeah.
Now, the first card that we're going to pick up will be the numerical value of the card. So if it's a 10, it's a 10, so forth and so forth. And the second card will be the suit, clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So if you turn over the top card, perfect. So king. So the king of, turn over the next card, the king of hearts.
Okay.
Fair enough? Random number, random card.
Yeah.
King of hearts. Bring these to one side. Now you've had that red pack of cards in your pocket from the beginning. Before you picked a number, and before we picked a card. King of hearts. 33.
Yes.
If you will take out the pack, perfect, and count 33 cards down, and just stop at the 33rd card for a bit of
7,
8,
8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32.
And that's the 33rd
That's
card.
the 33rd card.
33rd card. Is it? Let's recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 33rd card. 33, that was your number. And King of Hearts, turn over the next card. That should be King of Hearts.
Okay, how did you do that?
No way.
Magic.
Wow.
You've just seen the performance we did of one of the effects on this DVD. Now before we get to the routine, let's discuss a bit more about the DVD itself.
Yes.
It's for any card or card at any number routines. Now it's by 4 individual people.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And you got Marcelo from Tango Magic. He sort of explains everything.
Yeah.
Like one person's talking in
fluent Spanish and
Marcelo's
translating for him.
translating and explaining everything in really good detail.
Absolutely.
So you got 4 people, 4 different tricks, and Marcelo's sort of interpreting and he's explaining and all that kind of stuff.
And he does one of his own. He's one of the 4. So
the routine that you've performed,
yes,
is one that uses 2 decks.
Yes.
I actually do like it. I do like it. However, I prefer the impromptu card at any number
Yes.
on the DVD.
Yeah, we did toss this around at which one I should perform.
I think it would be
the
best
show.
to see the one that uses 2 decks.
Yeah.
It's great for a scenario where you might have a close-up case or something, or you know you're only going to perform, let's say, 1 trick and you take this with you or something.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a trick you'll perform at every table.
No,
It
absolutely not.
definitely isn't, really. Hence why I like the impromptu version on this DVD.
Yes.
But they are really strong effects.
They really are. In fact, one of my favourite ones is, I think, the first one.
However, it uses a memorized deck.
It does use a memorized
Yeah.
deck. The first 2 are memorized decks. The other 2 are... One of them's impromptu and the other one is...
It's the one that you've seen.
Is the one I did.
It is as a live performance.
Yes. The first one is called Invisible, and it's where he takes out an invisible pack, not an invisible deck, but an invisible pack, and he runs through and he says, I've got the Ace of Hearts, clubs of spades, and all kinds of stuff, and he says, just pick one out, and then it is at the number that the spectator said at the beginning. It's a very... I liked it for a memorized deck routine. I did. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, it feels impossible because you don't see a deck and they choose...
Yep, they choose a number at the beginning.
And then you can name what card it is, etc, etc.
Yeah.
Again, if you like any card to any number or card at any number effects, it is a great DVD. Just on 2 of the effects alone, the one that you've seen the performance for and the impromptu version. I really like the impromptu version. However, again, I wouldn't use it because I already do any card at any number by
Yes.
Barry Richardson. You will learn quite a lot out of this. It's really well thought
Absolutely.
out, especially the 2 that you will be able to do if you don't know a memorised deck. You'll definitely be... There's no complexity in any of these.
No, not.
Okay, the one that you performed, there is a bit of work involved into setting it up.
Yeah.
In fact, it took you a while to
It
set
took
it
me a
up.
long time yesterday to set it up, but that was due to the principle that you learn for the 2 decks. I just had to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. It's just I had to.
It didn't help that the camera work wasn't helping with seeing their setup. You know, you couldn't see how their setup was.
They
in
tried
order
to they
copy
tried
it.
they tried to spread it out so the camera could see, but they were on 2 round tables, and so the spread wasn't quite even, and the camera wasn't
So effectively,
quite focusing.
you teach you the principle.
Yes.
So you just have to set it up yourself.
So the one that I did was as much of their pack as I could use, and then using the principle that they taught for the stuff that I couldn't see.
So it's good. Again, it's a great product if you like this kind of stuff. Highly recommended. Fantastic.
This week's question and answer was, whilst performing, have you ever made a mistake in your performance that ended up working to your advantage, and what was it? Gordon Astley says, I used to do the dynamite illusion. It's a Russian roulette with explosive charges that are very loud. One night, one of the charges didn't go off. It was a dud. And it just went ping. I ad-libbed, oh, so there's the fake. Everyone presumed the one in my hand was going to explode, which it didn't. From then on, I used a dud charge. Not only did this lift the danger aspect, it saved me the cost of a detonator for each show.
It's a great illusion, actually. I can see how, yeah, that would work. It's a great. I think Paul Daniels performed it on one of his shows in the 80s. Yeah. It's a great, fantastic. John Gapp, on a cruise ship in heavy swell, he forgot to put the brake on an illusion. Noticed the audience didn't look at him, but the illusion, which was rolling towards him. He put out his hand and did the illusion to stop, and the illusion stopped. And he quickly put the brakes on and carried on, which is would have been a great thing to do.
Fantastic. Telekinetic powers.
Cool.
Who's next?
Jamal.
Jamal says, some idiot took my cards off me and started saying that it wasn't real magic and that it was just old tricks. Well, duh, in brackets. He was really ruining the fun for everyone else, and he was quite drunk. He took out one of the cards and put it behind his back and said, if you can really do magic and it's not just sleight of hand, then what card did I pick out? I guessed the card really half-assed, and I was right. The entire group around him erupted into oohs, and he threw the deck on the floor and left. Nice. That's a cool way of sort of dealing with a heckler and being really miraculous.
That is so jammy, isn't it? That would be great. That's great, that is. Steve Rowe. Most memorable was dropping a selected card out of the deck whilst trying to control it. Only I noticed that I quickly stood on it. Later it became an impossible revelation.
Yes. Fantastic. Cameron Francis says, I once had a thought of card accidentally fall out of the deck and land face up on the floor. Of course, I took total credit.
Of course, as you would. I do that all the time. In fact, they land face down. Guy Richardson dropped the cards on the floor and the spectator's signed card flew off in its own direction and got lodged under a chair leg. I was like, is that your card? The guy then kept bugging me to teach him how to do it. Made a swift exit. Now that's great.
That's fantastic.
It's great when these things happen, isn't it?
Absolutely.
When you don't expect them and you use them to your advantage and it becomes an even stronger miracle. Now, did you say you had one?
I did. I had a story when we first posted this question. I realised that one of my favourite stories to tell is I was in Cornwall and it was a very late night party at a pub. Everyone was completely smashed, and I was doing a card trick for this one guy. I had passed the point of no return. I had lost his card to the point where I couldn't get it back. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where it was. I knew nothing about his card, and I decided to just roll with it. I was getting to the point where I was just about to say, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to start this again. Do you mind?" All that kind of stuff. But I gave him the cards to shuffle. I shuffled them. I gave him the other people to shuffle. I was like, I'll roll with this. So I took the cards back, and I picked out one card, and I showed it to him, and he just went, "Oh my God, that's my card!" But what had happened was he was so drunk, he had forgotten his original card, and thought that all the shuffling and whatnot had done a complete miracle. And the card that I showed him was actually his. Love it, fantastic.
Well, one of my latest one happened here.
Ooh!
Remember the customer, he came in and I went to demonstrate Cypher to him. So I got him to think of a card, write it down on a post-it note, took the cards out of the box, knew what his card was, and I was going through the cards to reveal his card. And his card was the only card that wasn't in that pack. So when I revealed the card, you know, by reading his mind kind of stuff, and then showing that his card is no longer in the pack, it was an even stronger effect. And he ended up walking away with 2 ciphers.
Yep. Yes, he did.
And it was just, you know, these things, you just have to milk them as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So that's it for this week's Q&A. We'll post our next Q&A on social media and on places where we discuss the show, and we'll talk about them next week. Fantastic. Now this week's once over is Once Upon a Time by Wayne Dobson. Let's watch live performance of this mystical effect that Chris did earlier, back in the past, and we'll come back and discuss it.
A fairy tale ending, as they say. But every fairy tale starts the same, once upon a time. So no matter what fairy tale, there are different characters. There's goblins, ghouls, wizards, and witches, and all kinds of nonsense. But we as magicians carry around our own characters and our own fairy tale. First of all, we have a little Once Upon a Time book. If you wouldn't mind, hold on to that. We're going to come back to it in a second. Just pop it in your pocket, put it somewhere so I can't get to it. Perfect. And now we're going to take out our cast. We've got kings, we've got queens, we've got jokers, so forth and so forth. But I'm going to leave this totally up to you. So here's our cast of characters, per se. You're going to take one half, and you're going to take another half. And if you will take your piles and give them a shuffle. Any old way you so wish. That's fine, no, that's fine. Just so, you know, they all mix to your satisfaction. Great. Perfect, that's fine. Now, I'd like you to cut a portion of the cards and put them next to the first portion. Doesn't have to be exactly in the middle, just somewhere. There we go. And again, up to you. This is going to be your story. You get to let this unfold. You've got a right pile and a left pile. Pick one of the piles and turn it face up. Doesn't matter which one. Ooh, the same pile. Huh? And now, just to make it a little more random, will you swap face-up piles?
Yeah. Both?
No, with each other, actually. With each other.
Okay.
Face-up pile, the face-up pile. And if you just drop the face-up pile on top of your face-down pile, perfect. Take them in your hands and give them a shuffle. So we've got face-up cards into face-down cards, face-up down, face-up down, and then just drop them straight back on the table. Perfect. Now, so in this pile we have face-up cards into face-down cards, and in this pile we have face-up into face-down cards. Just for the sake of this, we're going to actually turn this face-up into face-down, and we're going to mix these face-up, face-down, so we have an entirely random pack of cards, right? You chose how many cards to pick up. You have the little booklet in your pocket. If you will take that out, I will leave this entirely up to you.
Okay.
And if we open to the first page, could you read that in a nice, loud voice?
There was a deck of cards that was shuffled, and there were 25 facing up cards.
Right, so first of all, count how many face-up cards we have and put them to one side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
No, 20.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now we'll take it one step further. We've got these face-up cards. What does the second page say?
In the face-up pile, there were 16 red cards.
So let's split that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
No
16.
way. No way.
And we have one final page.
No way.
And if you will read that out loud for us all to read.
In the
In the
face-up
face-up
pile,
pile,
the black cards were all spades.
Have a look.
Absolutely no way.
Let's have a look.
No way. Oh.
Done. Okay, not quite. Not quite. But
Wow.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But then again, as all fairy tales have, they have a happy ending. So if we actually read the bottom of this page,
Except for...
Wow.
No way.
Now you've just seen the live performance that Chris did of this mystical effect, Once Upon a Time by Wayne Dobson. This is a cracking effect. Of course it's based on Shuffleboard by Simon Aronson. The great thing about this, everything is done hands off.
Absolutely.
The spectator does everything, and what you've also got is the nice touch of the booklet, which has got Once Upon a Time written on it.
Yep.
And then they open it up, and you know,
Self-contained.
one revelation after another.
Yep.
The great thing is it's a very cheap product.
Yes.
It's around £13, and you've got a cracking effect. It's very easy to do. The DVD explains everything of what to do. Now, when Chris performed it, he only got the spectators to cut the cards and mix them up once. Now you can do that as many times as you like. There's no limit, of course. You want to limit it to about 3 max.
Yes.
But even if you do it once, the outcome is still the same.
Yep.
The reactions are fantastic. You can carry the little booklet in your wallet.
I do. Mine do.
And effectively you can use a normal deck of cards, set it up in front of people and go ahead and do this effect.
Absolutely.
It's really easy to do. And you know, what else can we say?
Great effect.
Great effect.
Fantastic
And
blast
again,
from the past.
Fantastic blast from the past by Wayne Dobson. That's the mystical Once Upon a Time. Or is it mythical? One of the two. I don't know.
No, he doesn't know.
Now until next week. Okay, we mentioned a couple of things at the beginning of the show. Is the card boxes. There's 6 different colours for $6.99 plus delivery, of course. The competition, of course, this week is a word that I've been trying to say throughout this show with not much success. You know, my mystical elements are beyond me. I've got no idea what I'm talking about at the moment. We've mentioned about subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Yes, and other social media as well.
No, absolutely.
Our Instagram account, our Twitter account.
We're still working on the new website, so you should see that hopefully live in the near future.
Yep.
Maybe next week, the week after, or the week after then, or sometime this year.
Coming soon to a
Coming
browser
soon.
near you.
Yeah, it's a completely new system, and it's just taking a long time to upgrade and change things. The once-overs today, this week, was...
Cody Fisher's 3 ropes and 1,000 laughs. Any card at any number meeting.
And the blast from the past, that mystical trick.
Once Upon a Time by Wayne Dobson.
And of course, Cup Cards. Cup Cards
Yes.
has been released, and a lot of pre-orders have already been sent. We sold more than we thought, so we had to actually order more cards.
We
to
sold
put them
out
together.
We actually sold out.
There shouldn't be a delay from you seeing this video. We've got more in stock and shipping out immediately. So until next week, have fun.
That's because there was a lemon in the way. If you miss the lemon, you miss the lamb. If you miss the lamb, you miss the potato. This is the last go to that sugar. Evelyn, you okay? I'm going to show you a trick. What's your name?
Anne-Marie.
Anne-Marie. I'm going to show you the cups and balls, okay? So we've got some cups and a little red ball. Now the blue cups are blue backed and the red ball's red backed, just to make everything easy. What we're going to do, we're going to mix the cups up and I'm going to place the little red ball into my pocket. Now my job is to get it from my pocket to the cups 3 times without you seeing. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first time. Do it again. I'm going to place a little red ball into my pocket. This time if we turn the cups over, That's when the little red ball turns over. One more time, I'm going to place a little red ball into my pocket. Now this is the question, is it in my pocket or is it with the cups?
Well, it should be in your pocket.
So it can't be with the cups?
Well, it shouldn't be.
Well, yeah, it's quick. Hold your hand out, man. Now this is what we're going to do. I can understand why you didn't see the little red ball jumping backwards and forwards. You didn't see it because of the lemon and the lime and even the potato. And that's the last card, so that's shallot. That's shallot.
That's really good at you.
But I've just spotted a mistake. And people still got this right.
Oh, well, magic.
Million is an M. So where's the W? That's true.